Imagine a place where music history comes alive, where the spirit of rock and roll still echoes through the halls, and where a legend's legacy is preserved in all its glittering, rhinestone-studded glory. Picture a mansion that's not just a home, but a time capsule of American pop culture. Welcome to Memphis, Tennessee, where a king once ruled, not from a throne, but from a white-columned colonial revival mansion that became the epicenter of a musical revolution. This iconic estate, purchased in 1957 for a mere $102,500, equivalent to about $1.1 million today, became the heart and soul of one of the most influential artists in history. It wasn't just a house. It was a symbol of the American dream realized, a testament to how a truck driver from Tupelo, Mississippi, could rise to become the king of rock and roll. For 20 years, this 13.8-acre property was more than just a residence. It was the stage upon which a cultural phenomenon played out, shaping the face of 20th century entertainment. As you approach the famous musical note-adorned gates, you are immediately transported back to the heyday of rock and roll. The mansion itself, a stately 17,000-square-foot homage to Southern grandeur, stands as a beacon of 1950s and 60s style frozen in time. But it's not just the exterior that captivates. It's what lies within that truly tells the story of the king. But here's where it gets really interesting. Did you know that this mansion once housed a private zoo and was almost turned into a full-fledged menagerie? That's right, the king of rock and roll was also quite the animal lover. In 1956, he purchased his first animal for the would-be zoo, a monkey named Jehu. This was quickly followed by a chimpanzee called Scatter, known for his mischievous antics like dressing in human clothes and pulling up ladies' skirts. But the animal collection didn't stop there. At various times, the grounds were home to peacocks, chickens, pigs, and even a turkey named Bowtie. As you tour the mansion, you'll encounter rooms that seem frozen in time, each telling its own story. The famous Jungle Room, with its green shag carpeting covering both floor and ceiling, served as more than just a quirky den. In a little-known twist, it was transformed into a makeshift recording studio where the king laid down his final tracks. Another fascinating tidbit: buried beneath the meditation garden, where the king and his family now rest, are destroyed weapons and symbols of war. It's a poignant reminder of the artist's desire for peace, hidden just beneath the surface of his final resting place. But perhaps one of the most intriguing aspects of this mansion is its billiards room. Far from the typical smoky, dimly lit halls you might expect, this room is a feast for the eyes. The walls and ceiling are covered in over 300 yards of pleated fabric, creating an elaborate 18th century inspired setting for a game of pool. You'll find this slice of rock and roll heaven at 3764 Elvis Presley Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee. It's more than just a tourist attraction. It's a pilgrimage site for music lovers from around the world. Pro tip: visit around 2 p.m. to avoid the morning and noon crowds. 2 hours is usually enough time to soak in the Graceland experience, but true fans might want to consider multiple visits to fully appreciate all the details. Whether you're a diehard fan or simply curious about American pop culture history, Graceland offers a unique glimpse into the life of a legend. It's more than just a mansion. It's a time machine, a museum, and a testament to the enduring power of rock and roll. So put on your blue suede shoes and get ready to walk in the footsteps of the king himself. Imagine stumbling upon a slice of Tibet nestled in the heart of Montana's rugged landscape. Picture thousands of pristine, white statues arranged in a mesmerizing pattern, their serene faces gazing out over rolling hills and distant mountains. What could this unexpected oasis of Eastern spirituality be doing in the American West? This extraordinary sight is the result of a Tibetan spiritual leader's childhood vision, brought to life in an unlikely location. In the year 2000, Gokun Tulku Sangag Rinpoche established an international center for peace on the Flathead Indian Reservation, just north of Missoula. This sacred space, born from a dream and nurtured by the local community, stands as a testament to the power of cross-cultural understanding and shared spiritual values. As you approach the garden, You're immediately struck by its sheer scale and symmetry. At its heart stands a towering 24-foot statue of Yumchinma, the great mother of transcendent wisdom, her vibrant colors a stark contrast to the sea of white surrounding her. 8 spokes radiate from this central figure, forming a perfect wheel. But this is no ordinary wheel. It's a Dharma wheel, a powerful symbol in Buddhism representing the Buddhist teachings and the path to enlightenment. But here's where it gets really interesting. This garden isn't just a beautiful sight. It's a living, breathing puzzle of Buddhist symbolism and Native American heritage. Can you guess what surprising material these seemingly ancient statues are made from? Believe it or not, the 1,000 Buddhist statues that give this garden its name are hand-cast from concrete. Each statue represents one of the 1,000 Buddhas prophesied to appear in our current era. Their serene faces a reminder of the potential for enlightenment within us all. And surrounding this inner wheel, 1,000 stupas, small dome-shaped structures housing images of Tara, a female Buddhist deity. Here's a little-known fact that might surprise you. Buried beneath some of these statues are destroyed weapons and symbols of war, representing the triumph of compassion over negativity. It's a powerful message of peace hidden just beneath the surface. But the garden's story doesn't end with Buddhism. In a beautiful twist of fate, this Tibetan-inspired sanctuary found its home on Native American land, creating an unexpected but harmonious blend of cultures. The local Salish Kootenai people have embraced the garden, with tribal elder Stephen Small Salmon even blessing the land. This unique connection between Tibetan and Native American cultures adds yet another layer of depth to the garden's significance. Another fascinating tidbit: the garden's layout was inspired by a dream Rinpoche had as a child. Years later, when he first saw this plot of land in Montana, he immediately recognized it as the place from his vision. Talk about destiny. You'll find this hidden gem at 34756 White Coyote Road, Arlee, Montana, nestled in the tranquil Jocko Valley. Pro tip: visit during the annual Peace Festival in September for a truly immersive experience. And remember, the garden follows Buddhist principles. Walk clockwise around the wheel to send out blessings. So whether you're a spiritual seeker, a culture enthusiast, or simply someone in search of a moment of peace, the Garden of 1,000 Buddhas offers a unique and unforgettable experience. It's a place where East meets West, ancient wisdom meets modern life, and where, just maybe, you might find a moment of enlightenment amidst the Montana mountains. Imagine a building so vast it creates its own weather system, where indoor rain is a real phenomenon. Picture a structure so enormous it could comfortably house 8 football fields side by side. Now, what if I told you this architectural marvel isn't in Dubai or China, but nestled in the heart of the American Midwest? Welcome to Akron, Ohio, home to one of the most extraordinary yet little-known landmarks in the United States. This colossal structure, completed in 1929, was born out of America's brief but passionate love affair with lighter-than-air travel. At a time when dirigibles and Zeppelins seemed poised to revolutionize air transportation, the Goodyear-Zeppelin Corporation needed a space to bring these sky giants to life. The result was a building that pushed the boundaries of engineering and imagination, becoming the largest in the world without interior supports at the time of its construction. As you approach the Goodyear Air Dock, its sheer scale takes your breath away. Stretching 1,175 feet in length, 325 feet in width, and soaring 211 feet high, it dominates the landscape like a sleeping behemoth. Its unique semi-parabolic shape, reminiscent of a silkworm's cocoon sliced lengthwise, isn't just an aesthetic choice. This design, tested in wind tunnels, helps the structure withstand powerful air currents that could otherwise tear it apart. But here's where it gets really interesting. What's the deal with the indoor weather, and why is this massive building on rollers? The air dock's immense size creates some fascinating challenges. The vast interior space can lead to significant temperature differences between the upper and lower areas, sometimes resulting in indoor condensation and rain. To combat this, engineers installed rows of massive windows on either side of the hangar, which can be opened to equalize temperatures. Even more intriguing is the fact that this enormous structure is actually designed to move. The entire building is mounted on rollers to allow for expansion and contraction due to temperature changes. It's as if the air dock itself is breathing, subtly shifting with the seasons. Here's a little-known fact that might surprise you. Buried beneath some of the air dock's foundation are destroyed weapons and symbols of war, representing the triumph of peace and innovation over conflict. It's a poignant reminder of the building's role in both civilian and military aviation history. The air dock has witnessed the birth of some of America's most impressive airships. The USS Akron and USS Macon, two of the largest helium-filled flying machines ever built, first took shape within these walls. But perhaps the most fascinating tidbit is that the last airship constructed here, the U.S. Navy's ZPG-3W in 1960, marked the end of an era in lighter-than-air travel. Today, the Goodyear Air Dock stands as a testament to American ingenuity and the enduring allure of flight. While it's no longer used for airship construction, it continues to play a role in aerospace innovation. In fact, as of 2021, plans were underway to use the air dock for developing electric-powered airships, potentially ushering in a new era of sustainable air travel. You'll find this architectural wonder at 1210 Massillon Road, Akron, Ohio. While it's not open for public tours, it can be easily seen from US Route 224 just east of downtown Akron. Pro tip: the best view is from the highway, so consider making a stop if you're passing through. Early morning or late afternoon light can create stunning silhouettes of this massive structure against the Ohio sky. Whether you're an aviation enthusiast, a history buff, or simply someone who appreciates marvels of engineering, the Goodyear Air Dock offers a unique glimpse into a fascinating chapter of American innovation. It stands as a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary sights are hiding in plain view, waiting for curious travelers to discover their stories.